Chef Raphael here. On today's video, which is part of the healthy living recipes that I'm doing with Fresh Fri cooking oil, I'm showing you how to make a lentil salad or a camande salad. This is something you probably didn't know you can do. This is basically a bean salad. By the way, a lentil it's part of the bean family. So even if you do not have lentils, you can use any bean and do the same procedure that I've done. Here I've served it. I have some mixed colored vegetables. It has a nice flavor. I put some dressing that is made up of some vinegar and the Fresh Fri cooking oil. I love the nice and fresh taste it has from the fresh onions, the cilantro or the coriander that I've put. Also, I've garnished it with some feta cheese to make it complete. So it's a feta cheese and lentil salad. Super simple to make. Watch till the end, you see how simple I mean. And by the way, this is a perfect meal when you're lazy, you don't feel like cooking. Remove the beans from the fridge or the freezer, defrost them, add the vegetables like I have, and you'll still have a great meal without cooking. Let's get cooking. So welcome to the show. Now today's episode, it's a healthy salad. Once again, the recipe is brought to you by Fresh Fri cooking oil. This is part of the healthy living recipes. Have you seen them? I have actually a playlist on my YouTube channel on healthy recipes that you can make at home. Today's is no different. Today's oils of choice is the Fresh Fri cooking oil, the original one. They also have the one with the garlic oil and the ginger oil. So remember, this is the only cooking oil in Kenya that has been certified healthy by the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Institute. That's a really big deal. And when you're using this, of course, it's cholesterol free. It has the natural vitamins. And on this recipe, when I say it's a healthy salad, it's actually a salad. You can actually use any bean, because right now we are using lentils or camande. But you can actually use any bean, and any beans are anything from the beans that we know as beans. We have the njahe, we have the ndengu. Anything that grows in a pod is a type of a bean. So this recipe is not even necessarily just for the camande. You can use any bean that you can. It's a simple recipe. It's something that I've actually done a long time ago when I was working in a restaurant, and I remember us baking. It was actually a lentil salad. That time we were using the red lentils. This is the green one, but like I said, any would go. Now the most important thing whenever you have this type of a salad is make sure you have the like in this case the lentils that are boiled for sure and clean. Now clean is after you boil the lentils, you drain off the water and you also rinse it. And basically it's to make sure that sometimes the boiling water is not as healthy as, or it can create gases, and it can also have a different taste. So these ones, you want them, the ones that are already rinsed and clean. And what I have also is cut vegetables. So I have different colors of vegetables and different textures. So in my case, I have tomatoes, which has a soft, it's soft, but it has its own unique taste. But for the tomatoes, what I've done, I've actually removed the seeds. So I've just diced the outer part of the tomato, which is the flesh. Now, of course, any of the ingredients that I'm mentioning is optional. It depends on what you have. And what is most important is to consider is the different colors. In fact, I'll grab them. So here I have red, yellow, green. There's the onion, different colors. The more the colors, especially when it comes to vegetables, the more the different colors of vegetables that you take, the more healthy or nutritious that meal is. These ones are raw. So like we have the red, the yellow peppers, we have the red ones, we have the green ones. So a small piece of each. The red tomato, which again, in as much as it's red as the red pepper, it's a different texture. So whenever you're making a salad, you also need to think of the texture that you want to have. You can also get the green from the cucumber. Instead of the green pepper, you can have green from the cucumber. Again, it's up to you. You can also have a little bit of each. Like, I didn't have the cucumber in my fridge, so I used whatever I had available. But the point is, whatever that you use, make sure is small amount of each, not too much. It should not overpower the lentil itself, which is the main ingredient. I also have the red onion. Personally, I love red onion when it's raw and I don't need to wash it. Sometimes people prefer washing it to reduce that strong onion taste. Myself, I have no problem with it, so I usually cut it fresh. And I also have some fresh coriander or dhania. So that is also optional in terms of flavor. You can also use parsley, or you can also use mint. Actually, you can use mint, depend on the flavor that you want to achieve. So now we'll bring it all together. So for the dressing, I'm using the balsamic vinegar. Again, you can use any vinegar that you may have available at home, whether it's the white wine vinegar, the apple cider vinegar, or the white vinegar, which is the plain vinegar. Personally, I prefer the balsamic because it has its own nice taste. And then, of course, to top it up, I'm going to use some feta cheese to garnish, to give a nice color contrast, and also to give a nice cheesy flavor, and also to add some nutrition to it, because cheese has some calcium. It's a different type of ingredient which will add to the healthiness of this delicious salad. So here I have everything all together. Now this is my lentil. Again, this will actually determine how much of this that I'll put. Now, of course, if you have some on the side, you can always add more. In case you put too much, you can always add more of the lentil. So again, it's about the colors. So I'll start with a little bit of the tomato, because I also want everything in there. So a little bit of the green pepper, the red and the yellow. That also contributes to the crunch, the experience. So I think I'll add everything. That looks good. And then a little bit of the red onion. For me, probably this is my best ingredient here because of the flavor. It's a rainbow colored salad. A little bit of the coriander. And then, first of all, it's a good idea to mix, just to be sure that nothing is too much. Now, of course, one thing I didn't mention in terms of the dressing, you can actually add lemon juice as well. If you don't have balsamic or even any of the vinegars. So I think I need more of the colors. The onion is enough. So I'll add the tomato. It's only the onion that I'll not add. Everything else is good. Mix. Color combination, I think this is exactly what I wanted. So I'll do the seasoning. Salt, pepper. It's always good to use freshly ground black pepper because it has a nicer flavor than the powdered one. You can also use white pepper. And personally, I love black pepper, so I usually tend to put a lot. I love the flavor, so that's good. All that is left here is to add so that looks good. That color combination is good. I can smell everything, especially the coriander. It's coming through. So now, this one I'm going to eyeball the measurement because literally this is up to you. But if you have to use a measurement, let me just show you how to measure. Now, with the Fresh Fri cooking oil, you have the lid, which also works as a measuring cup. So I'll actually do it this way. I usually do 1 part vinegar to 3 parts of the oil. So I'll put about 10 ml. Yeah. Yes, 10 ml of the vinegar. Can always add more. And then 30 ml of the Fresh Fri cooking oil. I love the combination of vinegar and oil, especially balsamic. Then mix. So balsamic is black. It also has its own natural flavor. That's why I went for it, and that's the taste I wanted. So this is a perfect salad. You can actually have it plain as a salad, or I'd actually eat this. I can actually eat this with some rice. Actually, that's exactly what I'll do. So some hot rice and a salad instead of cooking the kamande. So all that is left is to taste. Just make sure everything is good. Nice. I actually don't need anything else. What you need to taste is that it should be a little bit acidic from the vinegar. It has some nice flavor from that. The Fresh Fri cooking oil now brings everything together. And just so you know, there's lots of people who have asked me this question: why are you using cooking oil in a salad? There's nothing wrong with having cooking oil in a salad because it's edible. You don't have to cook this oil to be able to eat it. So I needed to clear that. The same way you can use olive oil. Here I'm using this Fresh Fri cooking oil. And my salad is ready. Tastes awesome. Now I'll show you how to serve it. So there we have it. It's a perfect salad. Now what I love about this is that you actually do not need to cook anything. The lentil or the bean that you may use, it's already cooked. It can either be store-bought or the one you have already cooked. It was in the freezer. All you need to do is defrost it. Every other ingredient here is of course ingredients that you can cook: the tomatoes, the onion, the peppers. But in this case, I'm showing you, you do not have to cook it. In fact, when you cook food sometimes, especially the vegetables, they denature, some of the nutrients are lost. So this is a perfect way of enjoying a salad, enjoying a meal. And like I said, you can actually serve it by itself here. This is a small portion, like a small salad, like I said, or you can even have it as a main meal. Now with the cheese, I think whatever may be lacking here is some carbs, but I think this is a complete salad in terms of a nutrition of having it as a whole, as a meal. Personally, I would actually serve this with some rice, and I would enjoy it having something cold and some hot rice. This will be perfect because of the flavors. I hope you've learned something new. Let me know in the comment section which bean you'd use, or when you make yours, how did you find it? I'm signing out. I'm Chef Raphael. Make sure you follow my other recipes of healthy living. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, as Twitter as Chef Raphael, and you can see all my other recipes that I've done in the past. And until next time, goodbye.